how has the evolution been driven by the fragmentation in how you think about success and what needs to be measured?
I think the evolution was driven initially by the industry. Now it's actually driven by consumers and technology platforms, and frankly, by algorithms. As a marketer, I need to understand both my audience and how they think, what they like, what their emotional connections are to my brand. I also need to understand algorithms and agents because perfect example, Abercrombie, 25% of all of the posts and comments were actually bots. So if I don't understand how those bots work, and by the way, their stock share soared. So it was an amazing example of how what looks like a bad thing ended up being a good thing. But I think what's interesting is that 25% driven by bots. How do those bots interact? And how is it going to change how I spend money? How is it going to change how I actually think differently about media and my overall marketing mix? And all of that, the reality is what's happening is it can impact any part of the funnel. It can affect your brand equity. It can affect sales and transaction, and it can affect consumer engagement. So it's a really interesting dynamic that what's driving change today is it still should always be the consumer, but I think more often than not, the technology and technology in terms of algorithms, not like TikTok, et cetera, are changing how marketers have to think about how they target consumers.